Bang. Well, Jack, UFC Vegas 49 is in the book. Tarps off Fight Club, Tarps off MMA. Chris Mancuso, Jack Gotzel here. And before we get into it, guys, click that link in the Discord. Join the great fight community we're building where you don't get censored online and you can, give it to each other on there. We have a lot of fun and everything. And speaking of a lot of fun, Jack, UFC fight nights, sometimes they're snooze fests, other times they go off bangers, and it seems like the nights that we don't do the watch parties are the nights that they end up being bangers, and the nights we do watch parties they end up being they end up being duds. Tonight was not a dud right off the hop. Islam Makhachev proves why Vegas had him as a minus 800 favorite going in to tonight against Bobby Green. He made mincemeat of Bobby Green, took him to the ground, and just did what the Sambo guys do, made smash. It was smash time, and Islam Makhachev looks to be coming for make history himself, Jack.
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw Makhachev's game plan. It was the smart game plan. Everyone was wondering, will Bobby Green be able to deal with him on the feet, though? Makhachev didn't even give you a chance to see it. He took him right down. So we'll all still be left wondering, but he made quick work of him, and he is going to come for history. He's going to get that title shot, and I know we very much disagree on how we think that'll go. Makhachev, you look at his resume, there's not many impressive names on there. Dan Hooker is probably the most impressive victory he has. I think Oliveira, there's levels to this, and I don't think he'll be able to take Oliveira to the ground and do whatever he wants to him like he has been with every single other person he's faced. I think Oliveira brings a different level of grappling.
Yeah, we'll see. I just don't know. I know, like you said, it's a whole other level jumping up to Charles Oliveira. 10 fights in a row, 10 wins in a row. You got to give him the title shot. Me personally, for me, it's like the Sambo, the Khabib. It's just, you see it with Makhachev. You get that special feeling. I'm a little hyper just watching what he did, and I love Bobby Green. Big respect to Bobby Green. He came in there, and man, when he came into the octagon, he looked like in the zone. He was ready. I know he took the fight on short notice. I'm glad he got a pretty good paycheck, because there's no way that he didn't get a bumper in pay. And another thing I'll say about the rest of that division, I want to know the names as well. Bobby Green wasn't the first guy they called to take this fight. People in that division don't want to fight Makhachev. And I want to know who was on the list of people, because there's no way they went right to Bobby Green. And Bobby Green even said that ahead of time. So you know what? Makhachev, whether he gets through Oliveira or not, there's a bunch of guys, in that top 5 to 7 range that are not wanting to fight Islam Makhachev at all. And that's very apparent by the fact that Bobby Green was even there fighting.
Well, he is a tough style. I mean, he does have pretty okay striking. It's above average. He has an amazing ground game. He's a tough matchup for most people, but I don't think he's a tough matchup for Oliveira.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I personally think he'll take him and just do what he does. He'll get those legs tied up, and then it's smash time, get into the full mount and fire away. Another good win, though, Jack, in the co-main event. We had Wellington Turman defeat Misha Chernikov by submission armbar. That was incredible of round 2. But obviously there was so many banger fights tonight. I thought it was funny to see Terrence McKinney get the win after his hilarious he had a little spat with Bane there on Twitter, and he comes out and everyone's talking about him knocking people out, and he comes out there and scores a submission. Too.
My fighter of the night was probably Arman Tsarukyan, and honestly, he's already fought Islam Makhachev. I'd like to see that fight again, run it back from a couple years ago, because I mean, he looked good tonight. That was one of the bloodiest fights I think I've ever seen in my entire time watching mixed martial arts. It was almost disgusting.
Yeah, it looked like Alvarez was making a donation to the Red Cross. It looked like he was sending blood. It was horrible. I mean, he had blood all down the back of his head. It looked like he got hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat, but it was his nose, his legs, his body. Like, that was an absurd amount of blood. And I'd like to see that too. I think I think Arman needs to beat a few more guys, the 10 fight win streak for Makhachev, but I do not doubt that those two will be crossing paths again in the not so distant future. Was there anything else on the card though before we go here, Jack, that stood out to you?
I mean, the lady fights were amazing, both of them. There's so many good fights that you could consider fight of the night on this card. I would hate to be the one that has to pick one fight to be fight of the night. You really can't mess up here if you're the UFC.
No, exactly, guys. And we want to ask you, will Islam Makhachev get the next title shot? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you join the Discord, guys. Chris Mancuso, Jack Gotzel. Till next time, hit subscribe.